Who? I know not who that is.
You're still across the pond, probably during Garthbrooke's
Right.
good days.
You can speak here then?
I don't know.
I don't know. Not really making them sound very good.
I say we look like the Swedish flag, yellow and blue here. You agree? Or Ukrainian, I guess. What else is blue and yellow for flags?
Poisonous frogs.
Poisonous frogs in the Amazon, perhaps? That's not the vibe we're going for.
Don't go there.
Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
There you go, that's blue and gold.
Well,
Close
yeah,
enough.
that's yellow.
Close
I
enough.
haven't seen a golden yolk yet.
Yeah.
We have some golden eggs, but no golden yolks.
Where's the golden egg?
Well, these are pure gold, that's for sure.
That's true.
Okay, so it's been requested that I do a demonstration on omelettes today. So we'll do a couple of different ones. We'll do a regular plain omelette, and we'll do a cheese omelette, and then we'll do like a stuffed omelette. So we'll hopefully have 3 different omelettes. That's why I bought so many eggs.
Very good.
And we'll see if we can get going on that. Does everyone know Cam?
Hi everyone. My name is Cam Broughton. I'm the executive director with the Saskatchewan Egg Producers.
And I'm Chef Malcolm from Chef Malcolm's Handmade Pies, just across the street over there.
So what are your
Omelets.
favorite things about using eggs?
My favorite things about using them,
Yeah.
I like the versatility.
Okay.
The amount of things that you can do with them. Like
You
the
can throw
roulette.
them.
Yeah, you can if you want to. Scotch eggs, I think, is one of my favorite things to do with eggs.
We did that
as a
last
demo a couple
year
of
or
years
so, yeah.
Year before.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my 3rd year with you. How do you feel about that?
Time flies.
Yeah.
It's like we just met.
Yeah. It is. This guy actually cooked in my kitchen one time.
That's true. What we did
made
pancakes,
waffles.
crepe waffles. That's right. Yeah. With my recipe.
With your recipe, yeah. And
He has,
then
he has a nice kitchen. He's legit.
I did have a nice kitchen, and this guy came in. So I guess we'll get cracking
Have you heard that before?
a few times.
Okay.
Funnily enough, it's the joke in the kitchen right now. What are you doing today, Chef? I'm cracking.
Well, we brought you. Malcolm's been preparing our food that we have in the booth down the hallway there. So I brought him. We've been doing frittatas and crepes and some creme brulee.
Brulees as well, yeah.
Yeah. So we brought him a whack load of boxes of eggs. So he and his staff have been cracking a lot of eggs over the last week.
Box a day for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
That's 180 eggs in a case.
That's almost 15 dozen.
It is 15 dozen. Exactly 15 dozen.
This guy's sharp.
Got a mathematician in
I
the
tell you.
crowd. Hey? All right, so to start off with then, for our omelette demo, I'm just going to do 3 eggs each, and we'll give a little spin around in our pan over here. Hopefully not getting any flames going, because we want just a medium heat on this. We don't want it sizzling too hot.
So can you get where's the camera right there?
Yeah.
Are the eggs? So you see these yolks here? They're fairly dark in color. So does anyone in the audience know what determines the yolk color?
What the feed?
The feed, right. So these are actually the eggs that we're using here are free run. And free run or free range generally have a darker yolk. So in provinces, so represent the organization for egg farmers in the province, commercial egg farmers. So in provinces where there's primarily a grain-based diet, the yolks are generally lighter in color, so more of a yellow. In areas where the feed is a darker color, or the feed is like a corn-based feed, then the yolks turn a darker color. So it's really preference often what you've grown up with in terms of what you think is normal for yolk color. But free range, free run, because of some of the ingredients in the feed, or the fact that a bird would be foraging in a pasture, that darkens up the color because they're eating things other than just a grain-based feed. So these here are the free run ones.
So would they make the eggs maybe sometimes have like a kind of a greeny tinge if they're out like free, like running, eating the grass and stuff? I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but like sometimes that diet changes, right?
Yeah, but actually you can see there's actually a yolk fan that you can get with every shade from a real light yellow to almost an almost like a blood orange color, a very dark orange.
Which
So-
is almost what these are kind
Yeah.
of sometimes. We've had a few that have been
Yeah.
like super bright orangey color.
And these free run, I can't tell exactly what farm they came from, but they probably either came from Lanigan area or Humboldt area. So they're definitely local.
All Saskatchewan eggs.
That's right.
Nice. I like that. So we just beat our eggs here very gently, just to bring everything all together. You can see that. You see that really nice orangey color on those yolks. They've all broken up in there. They're amazing. You get such a nice color. I just put a little bit of salt and some fresh ground black pepper. So this is just going to be for our plain omelet, okay? And I'm going to
Jen,
test.
this lady has a question.
Yeah, so the question was a free range would be out in the grass, and that's the case. So, and then so they could be foraging things in the pasture like a chicken would do in a farmyard, but also the feed as well. You can influence the yolk shade as well by the type of feed. So it's a mix. Yeah. Yeah, and we have some commercial organic free barns in Saskatchewan as well. So it's really, there's different types of housing options for your chickens depending on the type of eggs that you want to have and the market within the type of consumer you want to meet. So there can be conventional, there can be free run, free range, and we have all those different options here in the province.
The whole gamut, you would say?
The gamut.
Okay, so we're just going to get our pan set. Hopefully not too high because I don't want to scorch the eggs right away.
So what day of the week do you like omelets as a breakfast meal or as a lunch meal or a supper? Or?
Actually, me and the wife mostly have them for supper, but on the weekend they're breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Yeah. And depending on how rushed we've been through the day, determines on what we have with our omelets, whether it's a cheese and ham or maybe we have the ham on the side. But omelets are usually a dinner around where we come from anyway. Okay, so we're just going to pour this in nice and gently. Try not to give it any too much color, because according to French cuisine books, you shouldn't have any color on your omelet. It should just be the yellow.
What do you mean by color? Like when it
Like
browns
it
up?
shouldn't brown. Yeah, you should have it just.
Because I see yellow there. That is a color.
It is. Yes. But
You need to be a little more clear in your description.
Sorry, when I say color, I mean like browning.
Oh, I see. So what you do there? You gathered up some stuff in the middle.
Yeah, we just kind of gathered up the stuff that's already started to cook, and then we can just start to move it around gently here. It will cook quite quickly in the pan as it is, because you've got more surface area. So the more you can spread it out, the faster it will cook. The less time it is in the pan then to kind of catch that brown color.
Yeah. So this, how many eggs did you crack?
I
Three
just
egg
did
omelet?
3 in here. Yeah.
Is that a
Pretty
typical
much-
serving?
Pretty much a typical serving of 3 eggs for an omelette.
So do you ever, when you're doing the mix up, I should have been paying attention, but I was probably yammering. Do you ever put milk or cream or anything else into the mix, or you
No.
just do straight eggs?
Not usually when I'm doing an omelette. I'll use just straight eggs. Usually the cream content will come from either the butter that we're using or the cheese that I might fill the omelette with at the end. Generally I just leave the eggs to do their magic. Alright, we're pretty much done there. So you see, we've still got a little bit of runny on the top here, but if I can get it working just right, hopefully we can flip it over, not with this though, I think we'll just use this one. Flip him over, real professional like. I'm shaking. Why
You
am I
tag team?
shaking?
Can I use this?
Sure. Broke it.
Oh.
I know.
Then this half?
No, we're all right for here right now.
Okay.
I just usually leave this kind of tick over, just to kind of cook just a little bit more in the middle before we turn it out. Now, traditionally, if you were doing this in a proper kitchen, you would have a proper omelette pan, as they say. And I think that's why traditionally they only do like 3 eggs, because 3 eggs, when they're whipped
Nicely
up,
fills.
will fill the omelette pan. and then you would tip it out. And traditionally, you would have like a kind of cigar shape on your bowl. All right, so we're done here. I'm just gonna quickly
So this one is straight eggs all the time.
straight eggs and salt and pepper. And it's gonna just pop out there. Hey, it worked. There you go. So we got one. So the next one I think I said we would do would be a cheese one. All right, just so you can see the difference in how they cook in there. We'll do that. Over here, get off. Turn it down to melt just a little bit.
So Malcolm, you don't make omelets every day. What's your normal, when you're in the shop, what's your normal list of stuff you're doing?
When we're using eggs, we're actually using eggs for quiches a lot these days. Mostly after the first time that we did the stuff here for you that first year. We got a lot of demand for quiches, so we do quiches a lot. But we just started this year doing a covered bacon and egg pie.
Oh,
And they've been going over pretty well as well.
so like a paste, like a meat pie, but bacon and egg inside.
Yeah,
So like a breakfast pie.
basically a breakfast pie, yeah. And we put obviously bacon, green onions, and cheese in that, and we whisk that all together. And then we pour that into a pie shell, cover it, bake it, and then you get this real neat slice of pie, like a covered quiche that comes out afterwards. It's pretty epic.
Do you bake the crust ahead of time, or it's all done at the same
No,
time?
just do it all at the same time. All my pies, we do that. Even the quiches, we do the pastry. We don't bake the pastry beforehand like a blind bake. We do it all with the fillings in. So again, a little pinch of salt.
Is there a proper French term or English term for the technique there you have?
Beating.
Very good.
I don't know if that translates into French as beating, but
Okay.
okay. So we're good to go on here. Now at this point, when you got it here, you can, if you want to, throw in your handful of cheese and do everything that way. I like to get my eggs started first, give it a little mix around, and then I put my cheese in, and then I fold it. Just because I like my cheese to do its melting towards the end and not all the way through. But that's a personal preference. My wife Sarah, on the other hand, she would have the cheese thrown in at the beginning, and then have extra cheese thrown in at the end as well.
And you're always a real butter kind of guy?
I'm a butter guy. Yeah. I mean, you can use that ham spray, but I find that that's when you start to add the browning color to the. See, I'm throwing the browning color in there now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So you don't get confused.
Thanks, it's tough.
We should go for beer some night, I think. I think it'll be amusing. All right. So now I can just turn this up just a touch. I really want the eggs to cook a little bit fast on here.
What kind of cheese is this?
This is a mature white cheddar. And I use this because it's got that sharp cheese flavor and texture to it.
What's your favorite cheese?
Sharp white cheddar.
Yeah.
Go figure. Yeah. Funnily enough. And Stilton.
Okay.
I like a nice blue vein cheese as well. Okay. So we'll get this going on here. See if we can't get this melting just a little bit quicker. Got anything else you need to say, Cal?
I'm getting hungry here.
I know, right? It smells good, doesn't it? Yeah.
I've always been an omelet fan. Usually Saturday mornings, if I have time, that's what I'll make.
I had you down for a scrambled
No, omelet.
omelette.
Yep, on some toast.
French toast?
An omelet is plain toast.
Thank
But
you.
I like French toast. That's another discussion, another topic altogether.
Maybe that's next year's thing. French toast. My 3-year-old boy came to me the other day and said, I want French toast for breakfast today. It's like, where have you got that from? Never given him French toast before. Apparently they gave it to him once in daycare, and now he wants it every weekend. That's his treat now. French toast. That or bacon and egg pie. Are we having pies today, Daddy? No. I want bacon and egg pie.
I'm sick of pies. I did that Monday through Saturday here.
All right, so you can see that cheese is just nicely melting in there. Now at this point, if you're a big ground pepper fan like I am, you can throw a bunch more pepper in just to bring up some more of that pepperiness. And there we got some color look. But that'll just be the cheese starting to color
Yeah.
in, all right?
I don't mind that. I like that.
All right, omelet number 2. That cheesy melts. Looking good. All right. Now for this next one, I'm going to do a few more eggs. So I want it to be a little larger.
Go big.
Yeah. So I want it to stay fairly fluffy on the inside so that when I cut it, we can add the cheese to the top of it. Without it flopping out too much.
We hard boil a lot of eggs. Well, soft boil a lot of eggs in our house throughout the week.
Yep,
Do 6 at a time, leave them in the fridge, and they're quick snacks for kids throughout the day.
absolutely. Or on salads, if you're taking salads to work for your lunch. That's a good way of getting their eggs into your diet as well. Because they are good for you, right?
Absolutely. 6 grams of protein.
How many?
6? Unless there's some fact checkers.
Well, you
in the
just
audience.
check
I
those.
could say anything right now, eh? You guys would just believe it?
Is that how it works?
Well, I'm surprised you didn't say a dozen because you're trying to encourage egg usage, aren't you?
Pardon me?
I'm surprised you didn't say a dozen because you're trying to encourage us to use more eggs.
Well, yeah, I would encourage you to use more eggs. A few a day would be good for you. Yeah.
Never go wrong.
Any questions in the audience about egg farming or eggs in general?
Are you still in politics?
I'm not in politics. This is much more fun.
Less,
Is it though,
less
Cam?
stressful. Less stress.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
What about eggs?
I just have to put up with him. It's not too bad.
Eggs and Caesar salad. Like Caesar salad dressing. Maybe eggs.
Eggs and Caesar salad dressing. Yeah. So some Caesar salad dressing will use a raw egg in it. That's not something we would officially endorse because of CFIA rules and such, but that is a common practice for many chefs or cooks doing it.
When I'm at home, I do that.
What I
And I get nice marinated anchovies as well, not those canned nasty things that are brown and overcooked. Yeah, and then grind it all up in a pestle and mortar and mix it with olive oil, Parmesan cheese,
Very nice.
black pepper, garlic. Go off.
What I will say though is we follow very strict and rigorous on-farm food safety processes for testing and quality control, all of those things. Where we have Saskatchewan inspectors, there's inspectors from Egg Farmers of Canada, then we're also third-party audited. So all of this guarantees that the product that you have in the grocery store shelves is very safe and reliable. And then so there'll also be Canadian Grade A marked on all of the packages, on all the cartons in the grocery stores. So something you'll be able to look for too in the near future, what you'll see is